Thanks, Jim. You asked me to prepare 3 to 5 minutes on why I financially support Buff and why others should too. So I'm going to tell you 4 of my least favorite things about Buff. Almost complaints, just on the edge of being a grumpy old man. But each one of them turns out to be a pretty good reason for being generous with this free religious community of ours. First, Buff these days is a pretty spiritual place, and I'm just not spiritually inclined. I'm an atheist and a materialist. Most days I can do just fine without most spiritualities. But unlike some churches, Buff spirituality is not top down. It's not dictated by the minister or voted on by the worship committee. Our spirituality bubbles up from the membership, diverse and free form, an expression of our individual and collective human spirit, the one type of spirituality I'm really at home with. Second, Buff Sunday services are just this side of chaotic, with a different cast of people each week. Some singing, some reading, playing instruments, some streaming videos, some preaching, some telling stories, some chalice lighting. I often come close to thinking, this is all going to fall apart. But amazingly, it doesn't. Oh, we stumble, a technical glitch here, an out of order poem there, with mutual appreciation for all the efforts in high gear and Jim's death as master. This circus satisfies Sunday after Sunday. Third, after the service, we let everybody talk. I mean, everybody. No restrictions, no censorship, no practice. In the breakouts and in the circle, everybody talks. Everybody. Now, couldn't that kind of free-for-all get a little ugly? Anyone in our circle could act out, could be unkind, could rant on and on without stopping. But again and again, we gather as the people and we do it well, like rational and respectful friends should. We've been doing it well for decades, passing the talking stick, passing the microphone, and now typing our name in the chat. Voluntary discipline, all good practice for how humans ought to get along. Fourth and finally, we follow the UUA's bureaucratic lead and call our adult programming intentional faith development. What a miserable phrase. What a terrible way to describe good friends getting together on a Wednesday night to learn something new. Intentional faith development. I hate all 3 words. Intentional, much too much finger wagging in that one. Faith, as one of my humanist friends said, faith is believing in what you know isn't true. And development, shorthand for the dreaded Protestant work ethic. But my experience of Buff's gatherings to do intentional faith development is that they are relaxed, participatory, fun, and the very opposite of dogmatic. So, 4 of my least favorite things: spirituality, disorganized worship, uncivil conversation, and most varieties of faith. And 4 very good reasons to support Buff financially: human spirit, chaotic creativity, voluntary discipline, all faithfully deranged. Arranged. Please pledge generously.